All right, guys, how's it going? So, before we get into this video, I will do a live stream today, I think, possibly this afternoon at 2 o'clock UK time, if not this evening. I can't confirm that yet because my girl's here, obviously, so we're going to do something today. We're going to go out and do something. But I do plan on doing a live stream with you today. So if you'd like to be informed of that, go to the channel page on here, click on my username, and at the top there'll be a bell. Click on that and then put all notifications, I think. And also if you've got X, follow KopTalk TV, Facebook, KopTalk TV. And in the video description to this video will be a link to our chat room, t.me/KopTalk chat. When I go live, when I post videos, I update all of those platforms, all right? So, because sometimes YouTube doesn't send a notification out to people. So that's just one good way of following things. All right, guys, so we'll try and do that today. I haven't been up very long, so I'm still very tired. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about Joe Gomez. And it came as a bit of a shock, I think, the news, not to me, but to many of you, I think, that Liverpool would be willing to sell him. Obviously, there's talk of a deal being agreed with Newcastle and things like that previously, all related to the Anthony Gordon stuff. And I will do a video on Anthony Gordon after this. But it didn't come as a shock to me. Now, I was sent an email on the 12th of July at 1:25 p.m. And I was told, well, I'm going to read it to you. And this isn't from someone that I know personally or someone that's been with the website decades or something like that. I'm not sure if they're a VIP member or not. Possibly are. I can't remember. So I need to explain that to you. So it's not someone that I can verify or vouch for. Do you know what I mean? I can't say, oh, you can trust him with his life. With his life. I'm not. There's no reason whatsoever to think this person is not being accurate with us. They support my work. They've been around here a long time, and they're a nice person. All right. So on the 12th of July, they sent me an email. All right, Dunk, and I've got to be careful how I read this out. Okay. So you'll see me read bits of it with my eyes before my mouth starts moving, if you know what I mean. My connection with this player goes back, and he explains how he knows this player, Joe Gomez, and it's prior to his Liverpool career, if you like. He also says not only does he know him, the player, he also knows his immediate family and indicates who they are. And then this person explains to me how they maybe were in his life a little bit, you know what I mean, before he was at Liverpool, sort of thing, in a professional capacity. Okay, I'm not talking about being, anyway, it doesn't matter, it's just really difficult to explain it. And this person says, please touch sensitively, and then has put in brackets, members only. If news starts to come out, then you can report a bit more. He's been told, this is Joe Gomez, back in July, 12th of July, he's been told if a big offer comes in, therefore something worthy, to the board, the club, they will consider it. He's not necessarily happy or shocked. He sees his future with Liverpool, right? Now, that was on the 12th of July. I've left a little bit out of it, but only bits that would make it sound probably more believable, actually, more credible. I don't doubt this person at all. But my people watching this video that have been here a long time, they know they can trust me. If you're a casual person, you probably want written statements, you know what I mean? Sworn affidavits and all that. You just have to trust me with it. Anyway, I don't think it's a big deal anyway, whether you believe it or not. So anyway, Joe Gomez, that's what this is about. And this was the 12th of July. Now, he did say, touch sensitively, members only, obviously like the members website, or maybe even a members video on here. And the reason that we do that is because it's a more controlled environment. You don't know who's watching this video, do you know what I mean? Anyway, so if you're told if a big offer comes in, something worthy to the board, they will consider it. He's not necessarily happy or shocked, but he sees his future with Liverpool. I didn't touch on it. I didn't even mention it on the members website. I'm sure I didn't, because I don't know. This person went to quite a bit of trouble to explain to me why it must be touched on sensitively, to protect people, if you like, and probably himself. And I just thought, we'll discuss it if something comes out later, which it has. Okay, so that was the 12th of July, and we're going to fast forward now to yesterday. The same person emailed me back yesterday, which was the 31st of July, at 1:35. 10 minutes later than the last time. Wonder if they were on a dinner break or something. That's interesting. All right, don't. Dubious news is dropping about JG. What I stated before is still the case. He's committed to staying and fighting for his place under the new manager, but accepts it's out of his hands. Touch lightly, please. I knew news would drop sooner or later, but it's coming from them, not JG. Okay, that's the extent of the communication of the emails I've had. I haven't replied as yet. The person that sent me this might see this video before I get a chance to reply to them. So in other words, we're going to continue waffling on, but that is the extent of what I was told about this situation. I'm drinking Yorkshire tea, biscuit brew, caramelised, and in my morning briefings I said I'm not too keen on it, but this one's a little bit better. I think it's growing on me, actually. I am sorry, but it's going cold. It's my first cup of tea of the day. Right, so what do you make of that then? Them wanting to get rid of, Joe Gomez? Well, not necessarily wanting to get rid, but would allow him to leave. I like Joe Gomez, mate. I do. He's like one of them little silent heroes in the background that turns up when he's needed and he'll give 100%. Now, his 100% might not be the best to you, but I like players like that. And he gets on with it, do you know what I mean? And you never hear, I never hear any rumours or stories of, oh, Joe was out at the weekend, because I know a lot of people in the city, and, some of my friends own, establishments where these players might go. And I've not heard anything like that, because sometimes players, your heroes can be absolute pricks, trust me. I like Joe Gomez, I really do. But what I find interesting is that what we've been fed about, Arne Slot and the transfer window is that he needs time to assess his squad, as Rafa Benitez would say, squad, for sure. Okay, he needs time to assess his squad, and that's why nothing's been happening, right? But yet they took a decision back in, I was told about that in mid-July, so it obviously goes back further than that, doesn't it? It wasn't that day, the 12th of July, it wouldn't have been the day that Joe Gomez was made aware of his situation, so he must have been told before that. Well, how come Arne Slot didn't get a chance to assess him then? Do you see my point? So that sounds like someone's taken that decision from Arne Slot and said, we're going to use him if we need to use him, and potentially in the Anthony Gordon deal at the time. So, I think you'll get my point with that. I don't think there's any point waffling on any longer. I think I've covered all bases here. I didn't touch on the email back then. I was a little bit concerned for the source a little bit, because I kind of worked a few things out, and I don't want anyone to get into trouble, It's early morning here. I'm in Spain. You can hear the animals, dogs, all out for the morning walks and that, yapping away. All right, so I'm going to leave that one with you guys. Let me know what you think of Joe Gomez. What do you think about? Do you understand what I'm saying there? Like, oh, we can't do anything in the transfer window until the new head coach has assessed his squad fully. Then we'll take on it. But you aren't assessing him because he's fucking going, pal. Do you know what I mean? If we can get some money for him, I don't know. Let's look at it like this. One thing, I said I was going, didn't I? But let's look at it like this. Maybe they're not really trying to move him out anywhere, but Newcastle were like, well, we can make this happen for Gordon, and Liverpool have said, we really want Gordon, so we're going to have to do this one. You just don't know the extent of the conversations in the background. Have they said if an offer comes in from any club, a good offer, we're going to accept it? Or was it just a case of, right, we're just letting you know, we might be doing a bit of business with Newcastle, they've expressed an interest in you, and we're looking at doing it? Let me know what you think, guys. Right. So I will do a live stream today at some point, so we'll get a good chance to catch up then. I am actually going to do a video about Anthony Gordon right now. So if you, by the time you've watched this one, that should be online, I think. All right, guys. Speak to you in a bit. If you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment about any of this or all of this. And if you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, because I'm going to a cafe soon. I'm going to take my girl for a cup of coffee and a little snack. A little bit later though. Normally I go in the morning with her, you know, but then I don't get much work done, so I'm doing it the other way around today. So I'm going to work this morning, then we'll go out about 12 or something. So if you want to get me a coffee, hit the super thanks button. It's a love heart, and I'll give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's briefing. And I hope you understand, like, sometimes that, you know, you do get stuff that you could talk about. If you think about it, content creators, right, and Twitter ITK twats or whatever, right? You know, they love to put stuff out there to generate things. I could have done that video back then, you know, and it would create awareness. It would get views if I put it on the members website or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But I don't do that. You know, maybe I should, but I don't. And I made the decision not to use it at the time. And I think it was probably the right one. But it can be a little bit frustrating when then things come out down the line and you think, oh, I wish I'd mentioned it at the time, you know. But I do think you've got to have a bit of responsibility, and I think my responsibility here was with the source of this, to be honest with you, because in the initial email to me, they didn't even tell me the name of the player. They asterisked it out, but I know who it was. So they're obviously very worried about, you know, just worried. Just got to protect people sometimes, you know. So anyway, I'll leave it with you guys, and I'll speak to you in a bit.